I bring amazing news. Santa Monica Studio just confirmed that New Game Plus is coming to God of War Ragnarok. Yeah. Except it's coming in spring 2023. Oh god. And keep in mind that this is not a DLC, this is just New Game Plus. So of course that one tweet led to some controversy, because what doesn't? Some people were just happy they got to play the game again with some new things here and there, and some other people were mad because they don't understand why it would take that long to implement such a simple feature. So I'm going to tell you why it is the case, why it takes that long, but first I'm going to ask you a question, dear viewers.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person? No.
Actually, let me tell you a secret. Rumor has it that if I get to 4,000 subscribers before the end of the year, we might get New Game Plus as soon as tomorrow. Yeah, so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and also drop a like, as if your life was on the line, because it kinda is. And with that said, let's actually dive into the video and why it may take that long to get New Game Plus. So first of all, adding New Game Plus is not as easy as just increasing the difficulty and calling it a day. There is a lot of balancing going on in the background, and if you played God of War 2018, that game also took 3 to 4 months before getting New Game Plus because of how massive that update felt. Consider New Game Plus in those games as a brand new game, but they already have the foundation, they just need to build upon it. And again, it's not as simple as just tweaking the difficulty, because there's a lot more going on. So, based on how they implemented New Game Plus for God of War 2018, we can somehow predict how they're going to, which direction they're going to go for when it comes to God of War Ragnarok. So, first of all, back in 2018, they introduced a new resource, Scrap Slag, which you would use to upgrade your gear. And that's the very first thing you need to keep in mind. We might be getting more armor sets, more grips, more enchantments, many things. So they have to actually go through each individual quest and drop to make sure that we do not get duplicates for items. For example, let me explain. For example, let's say a quest item would be the mystical heirloom. Like, upon completing the quest, you actually get rewarded with the mystical heirloom. In New Game Plus, they need to make sure that it does not happen and that the new drop is something else, which can be an armor set, or even resources to craft or upgrade your gear. That's why it may take a while, because remember that the game is massive, so they have to go through each individual drop to make sure that no duplicate ever happen. That alone may take a while. Second of all, they need to balance the experience, and again, it is not as simple as making everybody stronger and calling it a day. Santa Monica Studio, they do care about the experience. They do want you to have the best possible experience with the game. So they're going to take the time to make sure that there is balance, that the game is actually balanced. They're going to go through each individual enemy and make sure that they actually resonate properly with your level, because chances are by the time you finish the game, well, you level 9 with your gear upgraded. And for example, how would Thor react? I'm talking about the very first fight against Thor. How would Thor react to you having dropped near when you're not supposed to have dropped near until maybe halfway through the game? See, they actually need to go to each individual big encounter, or even the small ones, to make sure that everything works as it should be. And also, do you remember that part where you actually fight a huntress and she breaks your shield? Well, technically, in the main game, you become shieldless. You have no more shield and you have to just dodge her attacks. But coming from New Game Plus, you have multiple shields. So what's going to happen there? Well, the game can just crash. Yeah, the game can just stop working, because you're not supposed to have a shield for the fight. The shield is supposed to be broken, but this is your second playthrough. You have multiple shields. So how is the game going to react to you having the Dauntless shield or the Stonewall shield? Even the Guardian shield. You have the Guardian shield fully upgraded, but you know what? Will you actually get the Guardian shield later? to the shop are just right there. Like maybe the game will consider that your shield never got broken in the first place. So as you can see, you have to put some thoughts into making New Game Plus, and it's going to only take time. It's going to take more time because the game is as big as it is. And then they have to make sure that everything they introduce in New Game Plus works well with everything we had before, whether it's new shields, new grips, new armor sets. We have all those builds. I've made all those builds, and they want to make sure that everything they include is not going to break the game. Because if you don't know, Santa Monica Studios, they are one of the few guys I actually trust when it comes to making quality content, right? It doesn't matter whether or not you like the game, but you can be sure that they're going to take their time to deliver the best possible experience, not going to rush anything. And it is in your best interest to want them to take their time. And I gotta say, nowadays you can't trust game studios with something as simple as making the game work. Sometimes games just launch and they're unplayable. Sometimes it's performance issues, sometimes it's just bugs, and you never know what to expect. So when a game actually is taking its time, you can be sure that they're taking their time for a reason. It's going to take the time it's going to take. I know it's coming in 2023 with so many games releasing. We have it's spring 2023, so chances are it's going to go with Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Like, I know you're going to be playing all the games, but hey, when you do decide to play New Game Plus, it's going to be there and it's going to work just fine. In my 150, I think I have 150 hours in the game as of right now, and the only bug I have, the only technical issue I had was my Muspelheim trial sword just disappearing. It just disappeared, and they fixed it now. But you can be sure that in all my playtime, that was the only problem, the only hiccup I had. So you can be sure that going into the future, they actually will make sure that they actually polish the game even more, even further, so that the experience you have is the best one. So New Game Plus is going to release way later. I know you bumped. I know you want to play the game again, and I know you want to be also able to skip cutscenes and whatnot. I know for a fact that you want that cloak. You want to be able to wear the cloak we lost at the beginning of the game. Then you have to wonder, how are they going to go about it? Like, is it something you can wear on every single armor? If not, then which armor can benefit from you having a cloak? And even some people, I think some people also want the going without a chest armor. Like, we want Kratos, like the OG Kratos. But how is it going to happen? Does it mean that we won't have no armor pieces as a whole, or we're going to have a skin allowing us to not have any chest armor? See, those things need to be thought through, and it takes time to. And also, this is a holiday season. Maybe they gave people vacation and they have to start working again in January or February. We don't know. Like, so many things can be going on in the background, and we just don't know. All we know is that New Game Plus is happening, which in itself is already amazing news. And now it's just about what feature, because I'm pretty sure they may want, this is their biggest project, so they may even go even one step further than 2018. Maybe not only will we get maybe we might even get new enemies altogether. That's the thing, and I'm not too sure about that, but I do know that when they do make New Game Plus, it's going to be epic. I trust them, just like you should trust me when I tell you that subscribing to this channel makes you one step closer to getting New Game Plus sooner. Like, come on, trust me. What are my sources? I told you so. So yeah, I'll see you soon, and bye bye.